Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are starting out a 45-minute walk. It is great to see you. We are walking mainly because I am on Walt Disney World's property, keeping it, safe and secure for everybody. But however you want to join today, you can walk, you can run, you can spin bike, all of those things. And we are going to do it live here from the Art of Animation because I am in a animated type mood today. I'll talk about that and my really fun past couple days. So we'll talk about being here at the Art of Animation. We're going to talk and we're going to walk through the Pop Century. So we're going to go over there. We're going to talk about what it's like to run around Hourglass Lake. So if you are just joining, hello, good to see you guys. So here's the deal. We are, if you have not joined us before for one of the 45-minute walks, just be aware it's a little different from our theme park streams. Today we are focused on motivation, we're focused on fitness, we're focused on RunDisney. So go ahead and you have a couple of choices. You can listen in to our chit chat and enjoy, or if you are like me and Adam, sometimes you may enjoy to put in your own headphones, listen to your own music, but have us up on a TV screen and then enjoy the POV. This is the only time you're gonna see me. So what's great about this is a POV, and we're gonna talk about some of the resorts for the first half of the 45 minutes. And then the second half, we'll talk about some motivation when it pertains to running, to fitness, to life. And I hope you enjoy each of it. So let me turn this around. Give you guys a second to get in here. There we go. Okay. Now I got to start my watch because that's important. Because them's the rules, okay? 45 minutes is 45 minutes. Unless I get sidetracked by cute animals or some sort like that. But let's see here. We're about to get started, so give you guys just a chance to get on. Okay, welcome in. So yeah, I started about a minute or two late, but that's fine. So that gave you guys a chance to get on and get started. Put my phone in my pocket so we can focus here. Okay, very important. It's 8:05. I'm starting my watch now. We are going to start out here in Art of Animation. My plan is to do some wonderful walks through around the buildings at the Art of Animation and Pop Century, so you can kind of see all of the fun and unique theming that they have at both of these resorts, which are some of my favorites. Also, as we're just getting started here, just a reminder, I'm walking about the 16-minute per mile pace. So this is not a stroll. It gives kind of a happy medium for anybody that wants to kind of jog or walk along on treadmill. It's not so slow, but it's also reasonable, and to try to maintain that Disney 16-minute pace that they require for the larger distances. So good morning, you guys. I have been in a really like animated movie type mood. Harper's been watching a lot of these films lately. And yesterday we went out to Hollywood Studios and got her Slinky Dog Sipper. We'll talk about that on the live stream tomorrow. So you're just gonna have to go to the theme park live stream tomorrow night for Father's Day. So here at Art of Animation, there is tons of buildings. This is a pretty large resort. Oh, and good morning to all of you guys. I'm sorry. I know I don't call out all the individual names on here, but welcome in. If you are watching on the replay, hello, good to see you guys. Definitely don't stop what you're doing to hit the thumbs up, but if you have any wonderful comments, or are able to hit the thumbs up on the video once it's over, that would be fantastic. So this resort is about 2,000 rooms, and there are 4 themed areas, and all of it is so super fun. Happy anniversary to The Lion King. They are celebrating 30 years. Here's Scar. So celebrating 30 years. You can celebrate with them here at Art of Animation. They have really fun treats that pertain to The Lion King. And they also have some really fun snacks and treats over at Animal Kingdom as well. I'm planning to head over there to celebrate this. Here, we're going to do kind of another loop because I love to see Simba and Timon and Pumbaa. Hakuna Matata. So we might do some of these little loops to see some of these characters today. And that's what I'm hoping to do too, is head over to Pop Century and do some of these loops too. But there are 4 distinct animated buildings and rooms here at the Art of Animation. And if you absolutely look forward to coming to Disney and staying in a very themed atmosphere, you cannot get any better than the Art of Animation. Pride Rock right here. Look, you guys made it. If we were on a race, I would say this is the finish line, but no, we're not. You made it to Pride Rock. I know it's only been like 5 minutes on my watch, but there you go. You've already successfully made it that far. So we've already done 2 of the 4 themes here. There is the Little Mermaid theming, which we started at the beginning just a few minutes ago. Then most of the Little Mermaid themed area is more standard hotel rooms. So if you want to stay here, but you don't need a big family suite, or you'd like a more affordable price, because the family suites can be a little bit expensive, but they are worth it. Worth it. If you have a family, I adore the Art of Animation family suites. I know sometimes you look at the cost and say, What in the world? The family suites here, top notch. Top notch. I have a video of we stayed last year in the Cars suite. That's just where they assigned us. There's no rhyme or reason to why, about that. But I have a video, so if you're interested more about what it looks like in their family suites, separate bedroom, the living room configuration is fabulous. Absolutely excellent for a family that might want to have some space, or maybe you have kids and you need some separation. Any of that, like maybe the baby's sleeping, so put the baby in the bedroom, close the door so that they can have some peace, and or toddler or whatever. Or maybe you maybe you need to go into the bedroom and close the door. Or your friends. In this case, I was there with friends and it was lovely. There's not one but 2 bathrooms in the family suites. And what a game changer. What a game changer when you are on vacation to have 2 bathrooms. But yes, go ahead. You can check out that video after we're done. I do a tour of the car suite and then a little walk around. We're doing a walk around now, so maybe you can just watch the room. They also have laundry here. So there's a lot of the resorts where the laundry is very convenient. Right, we just passed it right there. So we're heading into Radiator Springs. So you have, we'll come down this way because I see that all these housekeepers are heading in. And then don't worry, we'll go through Radiator Springs. But, so 4. Little Mermaid, Lion King, Finding Nemo, and Cars. And if you are wanting something that was closer to the main pool, there are 3 pools. I did not regrettably point out the pool, but it was right where I first started. There's a smaller pool in the Little Mermaid section. And then the larger main pool is right where we just passed in the Finding Nemo lobby area. And then we are about to see the Cozy Cone pool, which probably is my favorite. Maybe I just kind of think it's fun to say I'm staying at the Cozy Cone pool. Very, very nice, quiet. Lots of people are getting on the Skyliner right now to get up early morning for the resorts. But this resort and the Pop Century, lots of runners, joggers, morning fitness is definitely seen here at Hourglass Lake. And it is a beautiful, beautiful area. No matter what time you're on this pathway, it's usually really nice and quiet. And it is a bit silly, but Adam and I do kind of like picking out resorts where we can have a nice, nothing crazy, I'm not trying to break any records, but Adam and I can have just a nice jog together and spend that time like the couple that just ran by me. The one thing to remember is if you are training here at Walt Disney World in the summer and you do come to visit, There is various locations where you can get some water, but you have to be pretty knowledgeable about your route that you're taking and where that is. So I recommend already in the morning here, it's humid, it's 80 degrees. So anytime between, I would say, May and November, just carry some water with you. You know, you can probably get away with it. I'm not telling you not to carry water in the other months, but you can probably get away with a short run or walk in the cooler moments. But it is, don't let the nice air in the morning fool you here in Central Florida in the summer. It is very, very hot. Tomater. So that is my tip. If you are hoping to do your morning training, if you're on vacation, or maybe you're here for a Run Disney weekend and maybe it's not your race day, but you want to get in a bit of training, warm up, please, please, please make sure that you have some water with you, because it's not super accessible. There are drinking fountains, and I do know around property where in the routes that I've planned, hey, I can probably get some over here, but please bring some. You never know when you need it. So this building right here is the farthest. It is quite a lengthy distance, building 2 of the Cars area, from where the furthest Little Mermaid building is. It's a very expansive resort. Like I said, about 2,000 rooms in total. And you have access to the Skyliner. You have access to the buses. You can get over to Caribbean Beach. You can get over to Riviera really easily. And just the resort in general is really, really pleasant. So there's a couple of resorts where you really might be in the thick of Walt Disney World, but you feel kind of away from the madness. Like, so here you can see it's very peaceful. They had some benches that we just passed there. So if you wanted to have a cup of coffee, you know, sit in the evening and watch the sunset, it can be very, very peaceful. There's other resorts that don't have as much peace, but I think the Pop Century, the Art of Animation is lovely. Obviously, if you go into the thick of the main pool, that, you know, might be slightly different, but okay, so this entire walkway around Hourglass Lake is one giant circle. And it is beautiful. So if you are wanting to walk or jog, or maybe if you have a family member and you're a bit nervous. So my son, who's 16 today, but he's going to be 17 tomorrow, he is getting into running. He's doing really fantastic. He just sent me a screenshot last night of how he's getting, his times are going lower and lower, and he has just done a really good job. Really, really great job. I never thought about that from him. But this pathway that is around Pop Century and Art of Animation, the entire like circle, is 1.3 miles. So if you started here and you came back here, it's 1.3 miles. Laura, you share a birthday weekend. Well, happy birthday. So it's good to know that if you have maybe a teenager like mine, or somebody in your party, you know, if you're in a place that you don't know, and I know how that feels. Like when I go out to Disneyland, I don't know that area as well as like I know this. And I've had to do a lot of research, and I still get nervous. You know, hey, Adam's gonna go down the street to go pick up salads from the Panera at Disneyland. Okay. But I still am like, okay, is he okay? Where is that? I don't know how far that is. So maybe that's just me, a bit of a worrier. It's one circle. You can't get lost. And they'll be right back. It's a mile and a half, 1.3. So welcome in. We're going to zigzag. So instead of just doing the circle, I've done some of the motivational walks in this location where we just did the Hourglass Lake circle. So my thought today was, let's kind of zigzag through these buildings, head on through. What it makes this particular running space fantastic and amazing is they've got little things along the way. It's not just beautiful looking out at the lake, but I love all the signage, all of the decor in some of these, to walk around and see some of it. So we'll walk into the the sun for just a minute. Then we'll come on through some of these buildings. But good morning, welcome in. It is fabulous to see you. We are about 18 minutes in of a 45-minute walk around Art of Animation and Pop Century. We are doing about 16-minute pace. If you'd like to track that for where you may be on a spin bike, treadmill. If you are annoyed by all my talking, Adam and I truly love putting in headphones and putting in our own music and putting the POV up on a TV or a tablet or something, and then putting in our own music. So you have lots and lots of options. Pop Century is also another huge resort. It is well loved because it is a budget resort. There's a couple of things with budget resorts. All-Star Sports, All-Star Movies, All-Star Music, all are in the same category. And they don't have some of the thrills and fluff and extras that you see at the deluxe resorts or the moderate resorts. There's no water slide, for example. But you can get some awesome deals. In fact, before the end of this month, I'm going to put out a video because I stayed at the All-Star Resorts. I stayed at All-Star Music for $100. That is right. So, budgeting for Disney is hard. Even for me. There's so much that goes into it between park tickets and your room and souvenirs and dining, all of that. So I actually am going to refilm. I have the video that I took of the room tour, but I have some other ways I want to present it, because I want to talk about the really great opportunity that you can find with some of these value resorts and options. And even though you may not be staying at, you know, the top of the line Grand Floridian, here's why they're lovely. Here's why you should consider them. And here's how you can get here. And you can be in the magic too, if it's, you know, you can try to budget. I don't even know of hotels that are in some very less desirable neighborhoods nearby that are $100. So I filmed the video when we stayed there right before Memorial Day, and it just didn't sit right with me. I didn't think that I did it justice. So I'm going to refilm the tour portion around the resort to highlight some of the great things that, after staying there and thinking about it and saying, no, I want to talk about it like this, and, you know, bring help to people who want to be here and talk about why it's great, some things to be aware of, and then go from there. So that's why it's not out yet. Sometimes I think, you know, just put it out. Just put the video, film it. It's great. Don't worry about it. But I do very much. And so does Adam. So, you know, we care very much about the things that we say and why we say them and how we can be helpful. So this is Pop Century, a value resort. To me, a value, the best value. It is absolutely cute. And it is on the Skyliner, which is fantastic. There was a number of concerns of how that Skyliner was going to fit in. Is it going to be a great mode of transportation? If it was going to have some struggles. And now, over the couple of years that it's been in, it has proven to be such a benefit. I think it's great. Now, it's not great for everybody, but, you know, there's people who have concerns with height, or, you know, kind of, there's a small amount of swaying that happens. But overall, it helps to move people really quickly between the different resorts. And speaking of, here at the Pop Century lobby, they're going to be doing some renovations. They just announced. They're going to renovate the Everything Pop gift shop and the quick service dining. The quick service dining here is super fun. They have some really great desserts. One unique thing to probably do on a live stream would probably be to go check out all the unique desserts. There are moving in lots of merchandise that pertain to each resort, but they are also adding, I noticed, lots of themed desserts as it pertains to the resort that you're staying at. So that'd be super fun. Hey, let's go check out the dessert that's for the Grand Floridian. What's their specialty dessert? You know who has great specialty seasonal desserts? You might be shocked. But if you just take a look. It's so interesting to me. They have the most fun seasonal desserts. Seasonal is key there. Over at the All-Star Resorts and the All-Star quick service. So if they are celebrating, I don't know, Princess Month, it depends what Disney's celebrating. They create some really, really fun desserts. I can't remember. Oh, I think Lion King stuff is over there right now that I've been wanting to go check out. But if you look, when Disney puts out seasonal desserts around the parks and resorts, All-Star is always listed, which is kind of funny to me. You know, not contemporary, not Polynesian. It's the All-Star quick service, which I think is fantastic. But here, I'll give myself about another 3 minutes to talk about the Pop Century, and then we'll talk about some motivational topics that I have today. We'll talk about running and training. Lots of people right in this main area because this is the checkout. This is the lobby, front desk right there. So we're headed into the 50s and 60s buildings. Each building pertains to a decade. And if you are running around the lake area, they have signage to give you some fun facts about different decades, some of which are funny, some of which are just interesting to know that I had no idea. Diane's staying here July 14th through the 17th. Yes. I tell you, this is a value. And now, is it $100? Will you ever find a deal here for $100? And that was uncommon. Not here. They do price this a little bit higher, but $150? I have seen this for $150 to stay here. Look at this. Multiple pools. Again, they're not fancy. You know, even the differences, like even the pool chairs are just basic plastic loungers versus the deluxe resorts have very plush loungers to sit on. But I'm cool with it. I'm fine. You know, and what is great about this here, look, you can see a little bit. I'm not going to turn it too much for all of you who are on the treadmill. I don't want you to fall over because I've done that. When the camera moves on the treadmill, I'm clumsy. And oops, that didn't work out. So one great thing about this, if you come, it's kind of like the following at the Disney Cruise Line. Do something fun. Put something fun in your window. That is very, very popular. To decorate your window here at the Pop Century, of all the resorts, that is the most popular. Here, decorate for whatever occasion. Maybe that last one I saw said mom and son trip, and they had Incredibles. So they had the Incredible Mom and the son, Dash, from the Incredibles, and they had it in the window. Absolutely fantastic. And my daughter, who's 14, so I have 3 kids. If you haven't been on before, I have 3 kids. And my 14-year-old daughter, we've never formally stayed here. We've been here for a bunch of different reasons, like family, friends have been here and we've seen their rooms. But she wants me to book here. She wants to do a Disney staycation so that she can decorate the window. I said, okay, I'll get it on my list. So we did some zigzagging through these resorts. And even though the loop that we're on here around the lake is 1.3 miles. Right now on my watch, I'm at 1.9. Okay, I'm at 16:30. 16:30 is my time. So this, and I try to do this for all of these motivational walks. So it gives anybody in any place where they are in their training an opportunity to follow along. If you're just starting out, now is a great time to get going, to get motivated. There's a lot of couch to 5K programs, so you can print those out. And I recommend, this is what I do for my training, and I know many people who are training to at any level, they have a plan. They have a plan. And I'm a huge proponent of planning. Planning the work the plan. That's how I live my life. In this channel, it probably drives Adam nuts. There is a plan. This is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it. And he tells me when we're gonna not anymore. But do the work the plan, and when you have a plan set out, it's the same thing in my day job too. Like, this is how we're going to accomplish this. So maybe you're a seasoned runner, and maybe you've been doing Run Disney a long time, and you're here because you want a group of people to collaborate with and get to know. You're in the right place. You are in the right place. It makes my heart so happy. Sorry, had to stop a minute. The golf cart was like right behind me waiting for me to step aside here. Here, we'll walk through Little Mermaid again. They're getting ready for the day. But it makes my heart so happy when I see so many people who are getting together and like, I love Run Disney, and I love Disney, and I love parks, and I'm going to be here on this day, and I'm going to this race. And you know, what are you training for? You have a group of people, even though you might not be going to the race that they're going to. There's nothing that brings my heart more joy, and Adam knows, than I'll just be out at the Run Disney Expo. And so many people have said, oh my gosh, I love the walks. I love the videos, because there are people watching, and you can know by joining this. Maybe you're like me. So I'll confess, I am not a person who really, really likes to go to the local moms running groups or the local running groups in general, because I'll be frank, I get very nervous. I'm always, even though I feel like I have a good amount of running experience under my belt, but I get very nervous because, like, what if they're faster than me? What if I'm too slow? What if I have to stop? I have a million things that go through my head. And so I like to either run with Adam, run by myself, or things like this, because I feel like we are in a group together, and we're still hanging out together, and we're still doing things at our own pace, but we're together. And maybe there's other people out there as well who they want to be able to be a part of something and get that encouragement, whether it's encouragement for just life, or maybe it's just encouragement for motivation. It doesn't have to be running. I have friends and coworkers who can no longer run due to injury, but they do bikes or swimming, anything like that.
Yeah, she's booking it.
We'll jog a bit. And this is a great opportunity to be a part of something that is encouraging. however you use it. So what I do is, not all of the people who see this video will be here live, but they might be watching on the replay because it fits better with their schedule. And that's what's wonderful. That's what's wonderful about it in my eyes. And part of that, speaking of schedule, is planning what you're going to do. Right now, that's what I'm doing. I got your messages. I heard you guys loud and clear. And I feel wonderful that, I hear secret path. Go down the secret path. Because that's super fun. Hakuna Matata. So, what I've done for my own self, because it's hard to commit and say, because when you wake up in the morning, really, it takes a lot of willpower to say, I'm going to go run 3 miles, 6 miles, 10 miles, 13 miles, whatever you're training for. But it is amazing. It is amazing. And you are already ahead of the game from most people by being here, by getting up, by participating, and by scheduling it. And I'm doing the same thing right now. So if I schedule these walks and say, okay, I commit. This is what I'm going to do. I commit. And I'm going to be here on these days, and we're all going to do this together. We know it's all on the calendar. Okay, Scar. So that is really key, is having a schedule and committing to it and saying, this is what I'm going to do. I used to tell Adam, I have a story. When Adam and I first met and he was getting into running, and we were having these long conversations about goals and about running and fitness, he would ask me, or he'd be looking at his watch and we'd be running and be like, well, how much do we have left? And maybe this will help you. I think he found it slightly annoying. Is I would say, it doesn't matter how much we have. Like, I keep track of it, yes, and I keep a look at my watch, but I say, we're gonna go until we stop. And that's my philosophy. I know, like, I try not to look at my watch too much, and I say, I'm just going to be in the moment, and I'm gonna enjoy it, and I'm just gonna focus on what I need to focus on. And if I am trying to run long distance, which that is what I'm training for, I'm training to get back into full marathon 26.2 shape. I've been very lax. I'm okay to share that. I know it. I've been really lax, and I've been using a lot of things as excuses. And now's the time, because I really, really find myself. That's when I really know, like, what I'm capable of. And you guys, too, I guarantee you, there's nothing that I am more positive about. Is it can be really scary to say, I just can't. I can't do this for my job. I can't do this at the house. I can't do that in my fitness goals. It's not something I can do. Well, you will be shocked. I guarantee you. And you will give yourself every excuse in the book. There's very few people in this world that can just say, I'm good. I'm running the best. My life is the best. Everything's fantastic. I'm the best. Well, kudos. Because that's not how the normal person thinks. But a lot of it is just getting out there and following a plan and following a schedule is key to that in my book. Followed by nutrition. Nutrition should be discussed more. So I'll talk about that briefly for just a minute, because when you're training, I want you guys to be ready. I want you guys to think about that with the summer months, the summer heat, what you need. And I know you may not like my answer, and that's fine. But there are so many products out there. It is daunting. It is overwhelming. So to me, what is key is if you are just doing a short distance, you probably just need water. So if you're doing 3 miles or less, water is just fine. After that, you start getting into learning. The key is really learning what is right for you. I see so many people that are like, this is it. This is awesome. There's things that I use that I love. There's some people that love the goo gels if you're running long distance. There are some of them that like the sports beans. There is some people that like Powerade. There's some people that like, for me, there is some powdered different drinks, and I put the powder for whatever energy that I'm looking for. And that's what I use to supplement for electrolytes and energy. And I use that. But what is part of your training is finding out what's right for you. Because what's right for me and what's right for the trainer that's on social media is not what's right for everybody. I have gone years and years and years and years trying to experiment. And and I'm saying this because it's going to lead me into what I'm about to say next, is I see it so much. Like, I think maybe you guys know by now, I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with social media. Yes, I'm on it. Here I am talking. But it can be a wonderful tool. It can be a real heartbreaking tool. And what is great is sometimes you can see that somebody is posting about how great they just did this wonderful run and they did it at this pace. And maybe you're out there training. Maybe you're trying to achieve something in your life. Maybe it's friends or family. Do not compare yourself to other people. And that's why I think writing things down or having an app that you track things and seeing your progress. And your progress will not be overnight. I tell myself that daily. And if you have to write it up and put it on a sticky note on your bathroom mirror, then do that. Because it is so easy to get disappointed and say, but I'm doing this. It's not going to be overnight. And by overnight, I mean, it's not going to be a week. I know, because I'm getting back into it myself. And I have done so much, but I need to get back to where I want to be. And it's not easy. So you have, no matter if you wake up and say, I'm so frustrated because this is not the weight I want to lose yet. I'm not seeing the instant gratification. I'm not seeing where I want to be. You know what? It's all in baby steps. But you know what? You need to change it, that mindset, and say, you know what? I'm doing fabulous because I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself because I'm out here and I'm doing something that so many people are not doing. I'm out here, I'm trying. I'm trying really hard, and that is something to be proud of. Because not everybody is out there giving it their all. And there are going to be people, I'm sorry, there's going to be people where things just come easy. It sucks. Okay? I know, because I'm like, why is it so easy for them? And it's so frustrating to me. I can't get there. I can't do this. You know what? I am beyond proud of you. The people who are watching this video and following along, they are proud of you because you are out there, you are getting the work done, you are working hard, and you are doing amazing. You're doing amazing things. And it takes dedication. And every little step you make, I promise you, when I did last summer, I completed the 75 hard in its complete totality. The 75 hard program is not for the weary. It is drink a gallon of water, do 2 45-minute workouts a day, read a motivational book every night or every day. Not a full book, but you have to read. And stick to a diet of your choice. So I'm going to come over here and wrap it up and talk for a minute out of the way of everybody. But if I learned anything, and you also had to take a photo of yourself. And what I loved, I'm not telling you to do that program because it's very intense. But what I loved and the insight that I found out about myself was more than I've ever learned before, is that I am stronger than I realize. You are stronger than you realize. And there is so many great things that you are doing. And not everything, every transition comes right away. But when you look back, I was just looking at some of those photos of myself, like taking a photo of myself every day. I got kind of, annoyed with it. But I look back now and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize the transition that was happening, and I could not see it in myself at that time and that moment. And I look back now and think, oh my gosh, I did that. And 75 days seems like a long time, but it is like a snap of a finger. And the same thing goes in your training. You say, okay, I'm signed up for RunDisney, and it can all end in it's time flies. Time flies so much. And it's wild to me how your dedication over time. Would you rather sit home and say, you know what, I spent 75 days, or I spent time just not doing anything about it, or I absolutely made things happen? And that's what I loved. Do I have an app? I'll have to think about it. I don't use any apps per se. I just use my Apple Watch and my Apple app. So something to think about there. But otherwise, and somebody asked me, do I go to Universal? No, I haven't, but I could. I should think about that. So this is the end. This is our 45 minutes. We are actually at 50 minutes, a few minutes over. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you learned a little bit. I hope you had a great time. And we'll be back next week. Oh, Runkeeper. Yes, Robin, Runkeeper is a great one. Yeah, I'll think about that. Absolutely. You guys have been wonderful. I hope you learned a little bit. I hope you got out there. When you're done, if you don't mind, to hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. I've got more walks and training because I am going to be out at the marathon weekend for the full marathon. I'm absolutely going to be at the Wine and Dine weekend for the 5K and the half. And then all summer long, we can train together, and I hope to see you guys at Run Disney nonetheless. So with that, I have you have a wonderful day. You are doing phenomenal. You are amazing, and you are possible of huge, huge things in your life. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.